Welcome to the third video in our four-part video series where I'm going to tell you how you can get into your dream B school through a GMAT in 2018. Well, first of all, thanks a lot for all the positive comments that you've been giving. I really loved reading through it, all the emails that we've been receiving where you have said how much you loved the first two videos. In case you have not done so already, please go ahead and watch the videos. They are right here on this page. My name is Arun and I'm the founder of Cracked Verbal, and in the last two videos and even in this one, I'm going to talk about how people who get into top B schools are really people who are willing to make that effort, who are willing to take that risk. 2018, the question really is in front of you. What is it that you're going to go do differently this year, the coming year, than you did in 2017? Are you going to let things drift by, or are you going to take control? In this video, I'm going to show you how you can plan 2018 in such a way that you take control of the whole year. You actually take the first positive step towards your career, your growth in 2018. So let's begin with a 12-month plan of what you should be doing. I've actually split the calendar into 4 phases, 4 quarters. Right? The first quarter, Q1, Jan, Feb and March of 2018 is when you're going to be preparing for the GMAT and taking the test. Well, you would have probably heard a lot of things about the GMAT, but let me tell you, at the end of it, it's about your ability to use maths, which is typically 8th, 9th standard maths, and proper business English. Right? People usually scare GMAT test takers saying that there is a lot of grammar and this and that, but trust me, actually GMAT is a lot easier. In fact, as I said earlier, there is no cutoff. Getting a 90th percentile is not as hard, but what you require is a clear, focused path. A path that will tell you what questions you should be solving, or what material you should be referring, what techniques you should be using. As long as you're able to do that, GMAT is going to be a breeze, right? The second quarter, which is April, May and June, you're going to both work on your profile as well as shortlist the B schools, right? So let's take these two. First, work on your profile. As I mentioned earlier, B schools are looking for stories. They are looking for something exciting in your profile. And trust me, a lot of us have interesting things to say. It is just that we don't know where to look for, right? The second thing is, now that you have your GMAT scores, if not in March, then even by April, you have a good 2 months to really figure out what are the schools that you want to apply to. Correct? So you can look at the geography, whether you want to go to schools in the US and Canada, or you want to go to Europe, or maybe you want to study closer home in India or maybe Singapore. Correct? So this is the time that you actually research about the schools, you actually go to their websites, attend info sessions. A lot of these B schools are more than glad to have a conversation with you to see how your profile can fit into that B school. I would strongly encourage that you reach out to these schools. In fact, you can even use LinkedIn as a great tool to reach out to alums who are who have graduated from these schools, or current students who are still studying. Right? Once you have that plan in place, let's cut to Q3, July, August, September, where you will be working on the actual MBA application. Most B schools have a deadline somewhere around end of August, September, and going into the first few weeks of October. So a lot of your work on the MBA essays, these are the essays where they ask, why do you want to apply to our B school? What are your short-term, long-term goals? Why should we select you? Can you tell me about an example of leadership? So these are all essays that you need to be writing for each school. Along with your GMAT scores, you need to submit them. Correct? So this is a good, 2 to 3 months you have enough time to write, well thought of essays. Then comes the last quarter, which is October, November and December. In this quarter, you're going to be focusing on taking your interviews, because if you have done well in your application, you'll be invited for an interview either with the admission committee or it could be with the alum. So you kind of talk to them about what you have written in your application. Many of these interviews, very casual, conversational. They like to see your fitment. They like to see whether you would really be joining those schools. What do you bring to those schools? Whether whatever you've written in the application makes sense, correct? Once you get that in October, November is when you get to know the decision. So November, December is when they actually let you know that decision. And in most cases, they would also be letting you know about the scholarships that you might have got, right? So that just makes the life a little easier. So you know you got an admit and you also have a scholarship. So the question really is, December 2018, 1 year from now, you're going to be sitting where you are with an admit letter and perhaps news of a good scholarship. And for that, you'll have to start working from right now. I've had a lot of students come and say, Arun, all of this looks very exciting. I want to take that affirmative step towards doing something about my career, about doing an MBA from a top school. How can you help us? Well, the good news is I got something coming up for you. So in the next video, I'm going to tell you about this program that I have created, which is going to be a systematic step-by-step guide to help you achieve your MBA dreams. So if you're excited, please make sure you watch out for the next video in this series. Till then, if you have liked this video, please go ahead and leave your comments below. I would be more than glad to hear from you. And as I've been responding to most of the comments, I would continue to do so. Right? So thanks a lot for watching. I hope to see you in the next video.